I'm about to build a fully working 18-hole golf course in Minecraft. To answer one question, will it make me better at golf in real life? And also, will it finally help me score under 100? Well, to answer those questions, the first step was to find a massive location for my golf course, and I think this is it. These land areas are really flat, and we can just replace this water with grass blocks. So now, before we start building the actual holes themselves, I need to spend 15 hours gathering and placing the 138,000 grass blocks required to flatten out this area. And whilst I'm doing that, this is the course I'm building. Welcome to Litchfield Golf Course. It's beautiful, it's hard, and most importantly, it's my local golf course. So let's quickly play around to map out the course and also see how far we are from our goal of breaking 100.
Wow.
So bad at golf.
So, after a disappointing performance, we've ended up with a score of 116. Yeah, let's just say we've got a long way to go. So, let's not waste any more time and get started on hole 1. So, the first thing I'm going to build is the tee box, which is where you take your first shot from. So, this is going to be about 4 blocks wide, and it's probably the largest tee box of the entire course, so it's going to be about 9 blocks long. And if you're wondering how I'm working this out, I'm using this golf app called 18 Birdies, and this basically gives me a bird's eye view of the course and also shows me the distances to everything. So for hole 1, it says it's 281 meters long, but because we're using a 1:2 scale, we need to divide that by 2 to get 140 blocks. But anyways, now for the yellow tee box markers, I'm going to use some bamboo and make some bamboo buttons. I think these are probably the right size to act as these tee markers. Now I'm just going to make a sign, and here we can add the details for this hole. And after finishing typing up the sign, I started focusing on other details like the path. And this path actually leads over a river, so let's make sure to add that. But now my plan is to use these saplings to lay out the outline of the hole. And this was a lot harder than I thought, because I had to use the app to make sure every tree was in the exact right place. And whilst I was doing this, I started to come up with ideas on how to actually play golf in Minecraft. I definitely don't want to use armor stands for the ball because it needs to be realistic. And let's be honest, these don't look very similar. We could always use armadillos like we did before, but if you don't hit them fast enough, then the ball runs away. Yeah, that's not very good. And if we use items like snowballs on ice, you can't really throw them very far. And we can't even use a mod because there are literally no good golf mods. So I've had to resort to paying a super smart coder guy $400 to build a completely custom working golf mod. It's going to be insane, but I hope he can do it in 6 days because that's when I've invited my friends to play the finished golf course. But anyways, I added the bunkers and then started working on the rough. And we're going to do this by using some bone meal. So it's going to be nice and long right by the trees. And then it's going to get a little bit thinner as we get closer to the fairway. Ooh, that's actually looking a lot better already. So now the final thing we need to do after we kill these guys is build the actual green. And for this, to make it stand out, I'm going to use some lime green concrete and some lime green concrete powder. And then to finish off hole 1, I'm going to add a red flag. Okay, it doesn't look the most realistic, but that is 1 out of 18 holes complete. And now, whilst I'm building hole number 2, I want to see if building this one hole has made any difference. But before I do that, I've just started a brand new survival server with my friends called LockBlock. I'll tell you more about it later, but make sure you join the Discord with the link in the description. And also join the server itself with this IP. So I teed off on the first hole and actually hit a decent drive. But then I forgot to record my second and third shot, but we actually made it onto the green. However, it then took me 3 shots to actually get it in the hole. But although that was terrible, it was better than the first game. And taking into consideration the rest of the game, it looks like it actually might be working, because I finished with a score of 105, which is 11 shots better than the first game. So hopefully by the time this course is finished, I might actually be able to break 100. But anyways, that is hole 2 fully complete now. So let's get building hole number 3. It's 180 blocks long, it's a par 4, and it's SI1, which means it's the hardest hole in the entire course. So to be fair, learning every inch of this hole is going to make the most difference to my game. And one thing that makes this hole really hard is you have to hit it through this gap in the trees. Then if you go past these trees on the left, it's completely out of bounds. And also, it's a really long par 4, which means it's easier to get a high score on this hole. Then finally, it's got a massive bunker right in the middle of the fairway at the exact distance that people usually hit their drive drivers, so it's really easy to go in the bunker. And speaking of easy bunkers to go into, welcome to hole 4, which is actually the first par 3 of the course, and is only 82 blocks long. So the thing I've started doing is marking out where the actual hole is before we build the rest of it, just because that gives us something to go off. Okay, there it is. So that means we're probably going to have to extend this bit, and whilst I do, let me tell you my previous scores for this hole. So in the first game I got a 5, and then in the recent game I got a 4. So hopefully in the final game I can actually get a par. But anyways, the main thing that makes this hole hard is that the green is actually on top of a hill. So of course we need to recreate that in our Minecraft golf course. Yeah, the hill's not going to be as smooth as it is in real life. So now that we've got the hill, we also need the green side bunkers, which are actually just at the bottom of the hill. And in the first game, I actually went in one of these bunkers. So hopefully building them will help me avoid them in the future. All right, looking good. So that is hole 4 complete. I am slightly worried about this hill with the mod. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll find that out later. For now, it's time to build hole 5, and we're actually out of room because this hole is kind of like sideways and the hole is actually over there. I think it's time to do some more building. So I terraformed the hole, placed a bunch of trees and bone meal to get the shape of the hole, and then built a bunch of bunkers and the actual green itself. Okay, there we go. And whilst I was building, I was coming up with secret ways to make sure that I win the Minecraft match. Because I forgot to mention, if I win, I'm going to allow myself 2 attempts to break 100 at the end of the video. So winning the Minecraft match is very important. But anyways, the first tactic is just going to be straight up lying on these signs. So this hole's actually 125 blocks long, but I'm just going to call it 98 blocks long, and only I will know the truth. I'm definitely going to add a bunch more sneaky tactics later, but for now, to get to hole 6 in real life, you have to go through this little forest trail thing. And so I'm also going to build this on my course. So the path's going to come up past the green like this, and then around about here, it'll go into the trees. Then we'll build the little forest, and we can move on to hole number 6, which is about time because we've now got 4 days left until the match, so let's hurry up. Hole 6 was a 149 block par 4, and this one is actually fairly open, so it's the second easiest hole in the course. But it still does have some water that's kind of hidden behind some bushes, and also a little pond by the green that players will have to avoid. But then you cross a bridge and go to hole 7, which is a 131 block par 4. And this one's a lot harder because on the right, there is this little river that runs all the way down to the green. And speaking of the green, it's surrounded by 3 bunkers, which might be really hard to get out of. And then finally, hole 8 is the second par 3 of the course. And it's only 88 blocks long, but there is a giant tree in the middle of the fairway. And I'm thinking the players will have to shoot their ball over the tree. But after that, it should be fairly easy to get it in the hole. And that leads us on to hole 9, which is actually going to be one of the longest holes in the entire course. But before we build it, I just need to kill these turtles because they're kind of in the way. Sorry guys, I just need to build a golf course. Anyways, we're going to have our tee box here. Bang, bang. And then 226 blocks that way, we're going to have our hole. Bang. So now we'll do our usual process of building the green, bunkers, and the trees. And now I think it's time for our second sneaky advantage. So basically, I've told the coder guy to make my driver club go about 110 blocks. So I'm thinking because this hole is like one of the longest, they're going to want to hit the driver. So if we make a secret hole about 110 blocks away from the tee box, my friends are more than likely going to go straight into it. So let's just quickly count 110 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 109, 110. Let's go. So we'll remove these blocks and we'll make it about that wide and then just try and cover it up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's basically invisible. Let's go. So now we finally got 9 out of the 18 holes finished and 3 days left until the match. So it was time for another practice round of golf in real life. And this time I was playing with 3 of my friends, so we decided to go to a different golf course. And the weather was insanely bad with winds up to 50 miles an hour. So I ended up with a score of 122. Yeah, that is like the worst I've ever played. I definitely need to spend some time practicing at the driving range, which has just got me thinking actually. The super cool coder guy says he's nearly finished. So if we build a little driving range somewhere, like in real life, we could practice with the mod and get another advantage on my friends. So I've built this little grass area and now let's turn it into a driving range. So I'm going to replace these bits with some little T-box kind of things. There we go. And now in between them, I'm going to place some stone like this. And then finally on that stone, we'll have some fences just to separate the bays. Okay, now we need something to actually aim at. So these are the realistic distances that I've asked the coder guy to use, and each of them correlates to roughly how far I hit my clubs in real life. So I'm just going to add some wall blocks to mark out these distances. And now the only things I'm going to add are some holes like this to practice my accuracy, a little practice green here so I can practice my putting, and finally a little pathway to connect this area to the start of the course. So there we go, the range is now officially finished, and it's perfect timing because the coder guy has literally just sent me the working data pack. Okay, so I've set it up on a duplicate of my hardcore world, and as you can see, we've got golf clubs in Minecraft. This is sick. Okay, let's test the driver. So we click to initialize it, and then if we press F, it drops a golf ball. That is sick. And we can actually change the color. And now if we hit it, oh my god. That is sick. Wait, so the driver should go to the red block. Oh, it's gone a lot further. That is not ideal. And after testing the other clubs as well, I've realized every club goes way too far. So we need to change the distances. So I messaged the super awesome coder guy and he's told me how to fix it. So we need to go into the data pack like this. And now we just need to change this number in order to change the distance. Let's try putting this at about 55 and then just lower the distances as we go. Okay, let's see if this has worked. So full power driver. Okay, that's definitely still too powerful. Ooh, okay, that's a lot better, but it's still not the right distance. Maybe it's a tiny bit too short now though. Okay, I think the driver is now pretty perfect. But now we need to dial in the rest of these clubs as well. So after quite a while of tuning in the clubs, I think I finally got the distances exactly right, which meant I was able to practice with them and get really confident in my Minecraft golf ability. And also around this time, I went to the driving range in real life to get some much needed practice in. So now with 2.5 days left until the Minecraft match, I'm feeling pretty good, but we really need to move on to hole 10. So for this one, the tee box is actually going to be back here, and it's going to be 176 blocks long. And it's also the second hardest hole because, as you'll see in a second, it's actually got a massive pond on the right of it, and in real life I've lost a lot of balls to this pond. But anyways, I'm quite happy with that shape. Now we just need to place some blocks here so we can place some water on it. We just need to make sure there is no flowing water because obviously there is no flowing water in real life ponds. Okay, there we go. I think that's all of it, but it doesn't really look very realistic. So first I'm going to bone meal around the sides to kind of act as reeds. Next I'm going to yoink a bunch of these lily pads and then spam them all over the pond. Now I'm going to kidnap some totally real ducks and put them in the pond. We've only got 2 of them, but I guess we can breed them up whilst we build the fountain that is actually in this pond in real life. I guess we'll just try and build something similar. Yeah, that looks like a fountain. Maybe if we place blocks there as well. Okay, let's go. And now let's just finish the rest of hole 10. And one of the most dangerous parts of this hole is actually this little stream because it's like the perfect distance for you to hit your driver. But anyways, we're now moving on to hole 11, which is a 218 block par 5. And this one is what we in the golf biz like to call a dogleg left. Yeah, that definitely looks like a dog leg. But there we go. We now have 7 holes left to build. And I think it's looking pretty good so far. But it needs to be as accurate as possible in order for me to break 100. So I'm going to add a few more things to make it even more realistic. Like, for example, in real life, I got around the golf course using a golf buggy. So I need to add that in Minecraft. But obviously, golf carts aren't in Minecraft. So we're going to need a donkey instead. Let's go. All right, so now we can tame this guy by riding him. Easy. And now we can put a chest on his bum. And this is going to enable us to carry all of our golf clubs. But obviously, with my friends, there's going to be 3 of us. So we're going to need 3 of these guys. Calling all donkeys. Okay, here's donkey number 2. Please love me. Let's go. And now we can turn him into a golf cart. Okay, I've just named our golf carts, but we've only got 2. So the good thing about these golf carts is we can breed them to get a 3rd golf cart. Let's go. And whilst our 3rd golf cart grows up, the next realistic aspect I want to add is these stakes. So we've got red ones and we've got white ones. And basically, these just signal if the ball goes out of bounds, what happens. So for the red ones, I reckon we use some mangrove fences. And then for the white stakes, we're going to use pale fences. So let's steal some of these before the creaking eats us. Okay, now I'm just going to go around the course and place these stakes where I can remember them being in real life. It might not be perfect, but it's going to be fairly accurate because I've played this course quite a few times, and I always manage to go in the bad zones. And then anything that will be actually outside the golf course, we'll put white stakes on. Okay, there we go. That is all the stakes placed. And now the final thing that's going to make this realistic is actually having some players on our golf course. Because obviously in real life, there is always players on the course. So of course, to simulate this, we're going to steal some villagers. Okay, so this guy's a butcher, but now he will become a professional golfer. Go on. Yay! And by the way, these guys are some of the best Minecraft golf players in the entire world. We've got crazy famous names like Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, and Scotty Schulker. But anyways, now that the players are added, I think our final golf cart has grown up. So let's give him a saddle and some storage. So with 1.5 days left until the match, we've still got 7 entire holes left to build. So it was time to lock in. And over the next 36 hours, I basically lived on my virtual course, building hole after hole after hole after hole. So much so that I didn't get a chance to practice any golf in real life. But hopefully that won't matter too much because we're now onto hole 18. And this is going to be a daunting par 4 that leads right up to the clubhouse. And speaking of, I should probably build one. And whilst I was building, I was thinking that if I don't win this Minecraft match, my chances of breaking 100 will literally get cut in half. And with that thought lingering in my mind, it was finally time for the game. So I made a copy of my world, added the data pack, switched it to survival, and invited my friends to the server. All right, guys, welcome to the golf match.
Ooh, golf.
We've got some golf carts here that we could use, but I think we'll probably just walk this one. Who wants to tee off first?
You go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Make sure to change the color of your balls.
Don't tell me what to do with my balls. Wait, and I can get this compass and press F to look at the hole. Ooh.
Oh.
Ball going hole. Oh, yes.
Nice shot.
There you go.
Nice. Bang.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay, let's
I think
go.
our balls are touching each other.
I reckon I've got the best shot off the start.
Oh, he's getting up there.
Oh.
I'm going.
I'm scared I don't want to hit too far.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I'd take that.
Bang.
Oh.
Shot.
Bang. Oh.
Oh.
Bam. Oh.
Ooh. Oh, no.
Oh. Who's going?
Hey.
Yes. Let's go.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. Let's go.
Let's go.
We did it.
All right, first hole down.
Well, lockdown's up by 1.
So, with a bit of a shaky start, I was in the lead. We all managed to avoid the bunker on hole 2, although Gilf was cutting it close.
No.
Oh! We then comfortably cruised through hole 3 until Gilf made the first big mistake of the match, that is.
Oh my goodness. I used the wrong one.
That means you have to take a drop, so I'll pick up this ball.
Oh man.
After finishing up hole 3 and going into hole 4, Gil's mistake was costing him on the leaderboard. And after gaining 2 more strokes by the end of hole 4, he was hoping to redeem himself on hole 5. However, remember, hole 5 is actually 125 blocks long, but I'm the only person who knows that. Oh no, is that straight in the
That's
bunker?
on the sand.
Oh.
Yeah, ending up at the edge of the bunker wasn't part of the plan. We were getting into the swing of things now, and hole 6, 7, and 8 were no challenge for us. Let's go.
What?
Oh, he's used the wrong one.
Because I was
Wrong one.
scrolling. I used the wrong one.
Well, maybe for Gilf, who was now 10 strokes above me in gamers.
Oh, goodness me.
But anyways, it was now time for hole 9, where I had strategically placed a hole in the fairway. Oh yeah, go first.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought that was going in the water
advanced
then.
over.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, my trick almost paid off, but it was starting to look like I couldn't rely on my advantages too much to win this game. We flew through holes 10, 11, and 12, and I actually got this crazy shot at the end of hole 12.
Hard shot.
Oh,
you
let's
lucky
go.
Shot.
But now it was time to put my final trick to the test on hole 13.
Nice.
I will take that, honestly.
How's that?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, you guys are going to have to take a shot. That's really annoying for you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I accidentally turned it red.
Oh, it's put him off his game.
Oh, it put him off. It's in the
Oh,
brook.
no. It's definitely put him off. So after hole 13, I was now on 56, Gamers on 62, and Gilf trailing behind on 72 strokes. The rest of the game was intense. None of us wanted to lose, and Gilf was desperately trying to get his score down. But before we knew it, we were on to the final hole. Gilf's score was too high for him to win at this point, but me and Gamers were fighting for the top spot. And if I wanted to break 100 in real life, I knew that I needed to win. I'll take that. You kind of need to go for the risky shot to catch up to me.
Ooh.
Pretty good shot.
Oh.
Oh, gamers.
Oh.
Oh, it bounced over the hole.
Ooh, that was a good
Nice.
place.
For a final score of 95.
There you go.
Nice. And then the final scores.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Nice.
No. Murder
I
him.
win by 2 strokes. Let's go. But anyways, now I have 2 attempts to break 100, and it's time for attempt 1.
Okay, it's not the best drive. Hopefully we can still do all right from it. All right, third shot. Let's try and get it on the green. I think we're just on. Fourth shot, just off the green. Oh! It's not the start we wanted, but... Oh! Nice. It's a nervy start, but it's only the first hole.
So yeah, hole 1 didn't go exactly to plan, and hole 2 got even worse.
Okay, good start. We got the wrong club. Oh, we didn't get a good connection. Okay, we've got a bunch of trees and stuff in the way, so I need to use some loft. I'm not going to be able to get it on the green because I'm quite bad at golf still. Oh no. We really kind of need this to go in. Oh. All right, so we got a 9 on that one. That's not good.
But hole 3 was slightly better.
This will be my 4th shot, so this is for par actually. Why have I done that? Whatever happens, I'm getting this in 2. I like that. Oh! That's a good putt. That's my first good putt of the day. And that is for a double.
And by hole 4, I actually thought I was starting to heat up a bit.
Okay, so this one is that little plateau one with the bunkers around it. But last time I hit it into the trees on the right. So, wait, pan it to the right when I say that. All right, we'll leave that in. We've thinned it, but it's going to work.
But my putting completely let me down.
Oh. Great.
However, I was far from giving up, so I grinded my way through holes 5, 6, 7, and 8, and now it was time to play hole 9, and to be honest, I needed a good score on it to keep this game alive.
stop. Okay, so it is somehow stopped there. Oh, it's gone miles off the back. Oh, that was a 10.
So yeah, it was pretty much over at this point, but I played the rest of the game and got 118. So let's move on to my final attempt at breaking 100. I can't afford any more mistakes. And I actually played a lot better in this second match. My drives were straighter, my shots were more accurate, and I was actually getting a bit lucky. So after 3 hours of trying my absolute hardest, my final score was...
Not so bad anymore, am I?
104.
I'm quitting golf.
So it turns out building a golf course in Minecraft doesn't really improve your golf skill, but it was never really about breaking 100. It was about the golf courses we made along the way. Thanks for watching, guys. You can watch the full match against my friends on my second channel, and I'm also going to be live on my second channel tomorrow playing on my new survival server, LockBlock. So don't forget to join the server with this IP or watch the stream. Goodbye.